Hi and welcome to our live crafting session this evening. My name's Jenny McCormack and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in the market town of Brackley, which is in Northamptonshire in the UK. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. It is the 23rd of August 2022. And I'm going to be breaking a new stamp set in today, and this is called, as you can see, Breaking News. And the idea is it looks like the front of a newspaper, and you can add sentiments in here. You can use any of these little graphics. So we've got a birthday cake, we've got champagne, we've got a little certificate. So this would be perfect again for celebrating any recent exam results. I couldn't think of the word. Exam results. And so there's a series of sentiments. We've got breaking news that can fit in across the top. You're both worth celebrating forever. So obviously perfect for anniversaries or weddings. We've got here's to you. You are meant for great things, confetti cake balloons, let's party, and a congratulations. And I thought this would be perfect actually to use on the Stamparatus for lining up, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. I haven't used this set. It literally arrived in a box yesterday with my class in a box items. So I'm just going to give this a go today. There is a sample. So this stamp set is in our Annual Catalogue. This one here with the flowers on the front. This is May 22 to April 23. And you can find the stamps on page 21. And it is £21. And there's a little sample here that I'm going to use to recreate. I'll just bring that up. Not sure how much of that you can see, hopefully some of it. So they've stamped the cake in the background on the card, and then they've added the words and the cake which has been coloured in. So I'm going to recreate that, maybe in some different colours though. So I have my Stamparatus here. Let's pop that, hopefully not going to reflect too much, and I appreciate this might reflect a little bit. We're just going to open this up here, and I'm just going to be using a standard layer. I might cut this down. They've actually cut it down in their sample, so I might well do that. So let's just pop this on. Just going to line it up here on the left hand side. And I think this is what we're going to use for coffee and card for this week and next week, because it's something a little different, and I think it also suits lots of different occasions. So let's grab that stamp. So as you can see, it's quite a big stamp, and I'm just going to pop this in the center roughly. And you want to make sure that this stamp relaxes. You don't want to try and put it onto a block, because you can see I am exaggerating but you could make that look quite wonky. So I'm just going to let that relax onto there and pick it up with my plate on my Stamparatus. And it's nice and sticky because it's a brand new stamp, but I only need it to be roughly in place, because I think I will cut it out and do the background exactly as they have done. So I need to move that over a little bit more. So I'm going to ink this up. And I think I'm going to use I suppose it really needs to be black. I could use basic grey, couldn't I? Let's have a look. Let's just grab my black ink. And I think this stamp set would work really well with the Alphabest stamp set. I've seen a few samples with that, so I'll be exploring that later in the week. Let me find. So this is Stays On, which is a little bit sticky. And I do need to, actually I have got a brand new one. It's in my box that arrived yesterday as well. But let's just give this a go and see. Trying to do it without nudging the camera too much. Okay, so just making sure this is well inked. Like so. And let's just try it. Just give it a first go, and if I might need to do a second one anyway. We'll have a look and see. Let's have a look. Just peeling that off, you can see how sticky it is. So I think I am going to switch ink pads because I just don't want it that sticky. So let's have a look. Let's just try. Might try Night of Navy. I'm just going to turn this one over, try on the other side. So if you're joining live or on replay, do say hi. It's not coming up with any names on my screen, but that doesn't actually mean anything. Facebook has its own little way of doing things. Okay, let's give this a go. That's better. And I just need to add a little bit more pressure up here on the right. So this is a photopolymer stamp. So I have got a layer of my foam pad underneath here. That's better. Okay, so there's my newspaper effect. Just going to take that off and I'll wash it later on. Okay, so I'm going to stamp in here, I think, breaking news. Oh, let's have a look at that. It's been a lovely day here today. I hope it has been good with you wherever you might be. And I do just want to stamp this off. Because I haven't used the stamp set, I just want to sort of break it in a little bit. And you just do that by inking up and stamping a few times. Okay, so I've got breaking news, and obviously you can see where you're stamping for that effect. Put that away. And then let's have a cake. Let's grab a smaller block. I'm going to pop that in there, and I'm still going to use Night of Navy, and I'm just going to give it a little bit of blue icing. And obviously you could use any other little images in here. So think about other images you could pop in there. And let's put confetti, cake, balloons, let's party. There we go. Okay. And then we'll just do a little bit of colouring in. And then I'm just going to fussy cut that and stamp the background. Like so. There we are. Okay, so I'm just going to grab, let's have a look, for a piece of background card. I've got this piece here which is pool party, so I'm going to use the little cake on that all the way over. So I'm just going to start up here. So I'm doing them sort of dotted around. So would make a good male themed card again. I'm just going to pop this one in. I haven't decided where I'm going to trim that yet. So quite easy just to pop those layers on there with the cake. And then I'm going to take this piece here and just do a little bit of colouring in. So this is pool party, and I've got my pool party blends here. So I'm just going to do the outside of the cake. In pool party. The inside of the cake I'll do maybe so saffron to look like a sponge, and a little bit of yellow for the sparklers. Yeah. And then so saffron, just the light one. Obviously you could make this a chocolate cake, have it chocolate all the way through. Like so. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of darker mango melody here. For the sparklers. And this would be a little bit of fun to add the Winker Stella, which is our sort of glitter pen. Okay, just cover those up, grab some scissors and just cut that out. And then we're just going to layer it up. So something nice and simple for today. I'm in the midst of doing all my class in a box preparation. So I'm surrounded by layers of card, die cuts, instructions and the like. So I thought, as I've been out all day, I will keep it simple this evening. And give this stamp set a go. If you wanted to, you could just cut the one layer out and not worry about these ones behind. There we go. Okay. So this is going to be our background, which I'm going to cut down. Let's just grab a white base card. Oh, hi Brenda. I hope you're well. I couldn't see any names appearing, so I knew I was live, but I wasn't sure whether Facebook had decided to let everybody know or not. So I'm just going to trim this layer down. So we're using a new stamp set called Breaking News. And I can think of lots of variations for this. So let me just score this card first at 10.5. Like so. And then just going to cut this down to size. Don't think there's much in it really. So this is going to be 10. There we go. By 14.35. Like so. And you could colour these cakes in as well if you wanted to, or you could use a blending brush to blend around the edges, but I'm just going to pop that straight onto the card and then add our Breaking News newspaper to it. So I'm going to pop this on flat, like so. 2, 3. So this is just going on a white base card, and then this piece that I've cut is 10 by 14.35. I could have layered it onto a piece of light of navy behind if I wanted to, and then we can either go straight or jaunty. And while I'm deciding on that, I'm just going to stamp that cake on the inside. So let me know if you think my newspaper should go straight or jaunty on the back, on the front rather, dear. Just making sure that's well inked up. Popping that there on the right hand side, and while I'm at it, grab an envelope and do the same on the front and the back. It's a sweet little cake. So what I'm going to do now, in preparation for coffee and cards, is to look for lots of small images that would fit really nicely in that newspaper space. There we go. So I've got the cake on the back of the envelope and on the front. Which I might colour to coordinate. Let's take that away. Fold our card over. So. And then I'm just going to pop this on. So let me know if you think it should be straight or at an angle. And I've just got some useful strips here from a kit. So I'm just going to use those. Like so. And perhaps I'll cut one. Because it's quite a big image and I just want it supported really. There we go. So Brenda says jaunty, and I have to say I think I agree with you. So just taking these off. So this is called Breaking News and it's on page 21 of the Annual Catalogue. There we go. Like so. And I think what I might do is just use this light blue just to show the pages behind. There we go. And while I'm here, let's just do that cake. So nice and simple. I've got quite a few ideas to use with this. So I am going to hunt out some small images that you could pop in there and also some different sentiments. So watch this space. So I'll be back again tomorrow morning, 10 AM. So I hope you're able to join me then. Just do that. Adjusting it really lightly. It shouldn't come through because I'm not using a very dark colour, but makes a great celebration card, wedding card, engagement, anniversary. Just change up the sentiment as you need. So this is just our vanilla sponge. There we go. So I hope you like that. Nice and simple, fairly prompt and quick for a new stamp set. It's called Breaking News. Hopefully you can see those sentiments. Here's to you. Congratulations. You're both worth celebrating forever. So there's a sweet little set of glasses there that would do for an engagement, an anniversary or a wedding. And there's a little scroll there which would be perfect for exam results and graduation. Hi Zana, hope you're well. So that is it. Short and sweet this evening. I hope you're able to join me tomorrow. That's Wednesday morning, and that'll be the 24th of August, where I'll be doing some having some more fun with this stamp set, Breaking News, in the morning. So thank you so much. If you're watching this evening or have been watching live, then I hope you have a good evening. If you're watching on replay, depending on what time and where you're watching it, I wish you all the best for the rest of the morning, afternoon or evening. Thank you so much for joining me. I look forward to crafting with you again real soon. Bye for now.